What I think MGTOW does really well is the base information of women, hypergamy, the law, and protecting men. Because here's the thing, when you know the information about hypergamy, female nature, the system, the law, and you're left with yourself, what do you do? Where do you go in going your own way? The idealism within MGTOW or any other group really, I think, is a mistake because it focuses too much on safety. Because intuitively I always knew the stuff that made me come alive made more sense than the stuff that simply kept me safe. The reason I'm not simpatico with Team MGTOW is because they don't allow me to go my own way, do my own thing, by dint of the fact that I need to subscribe to their rules and their list of things that I can and cannot do. I've said it before, don't be stuck in the defensive strength of what MGTOW is at its base. Start looking forward to what you can go towards as well. I guess what I'm saying is, it feels good when you leave the defensiveness. It feels good when you actually go towards something, whatever that something is. And there's a nervous aspect of finding out what that is, but it's a lot better than perpetually being in defense. Look, I don't want to fight with MGTOW, MRAs or anybody. I actually value conversations that aren't an echo chamber because at the very least it helps me sharpen my own opinions. Either I have to stand up to what I think I know or I have to revisit my assumptions, but I don't want to fight with any of you guys. I try and get along with everybody. I had some people in the comments section say, this isn't MGTOW content, this is red pill information. Or, this isn't MGTOW content, get this. This is self-help. That is, MGTOW shouldn't be about helping men. Some people in my comments section say, I like your videos, but I'm confused. Isn't MGTOW about hating women? And they're not being funny. They're actually genuinely puzzled why I'm diverting from the script. And not to belittle that very essential and important part at the start where you can share your pain and move on once you've let it go, once you've released the pressure valve. But I think there's a place for actually giving men options and talking to them about how they might think later on when they've let go of it all and now are confident in being individuals and moving on in life in some way. There's more than enough MGTOW content out there that focuses solely on women, our troubles with women, how we were hurt by women, and how we can share our pain. For those like me that are interested in what comes afterwards, after you leave that Alcoholics Anonymous group, after you leave the therapist's couch and how you can get on with your life, they're the kind of things I'm interested in. It helps men understand all these protective aspects about going your own way, how to stay safe. But it stops short a lot of the times in terms of helping men understand themselves, not in relation to women or their jobs, but going further and helping them understand the choices they can now make moving forward. That's the stuff I'm interested in. You know, to me, the repetition of what it is to be free and autonomous going your own way can't be overstated enough. Because as far as I can tell, there are far too many guys wanting to stop other men from going absolutely anywhere. Look, at the end of the day, I think all the infighting is pointless. Everyone's an individual at heart, so I don't see the reason for trying to put all of our different individualities into a box and come up with a consensus. I think at the heart of guys who resist the individuality within MGTOW is not having a sense of themselves. Look, it's not that I hate the MGTOW Fight Club. It's just that I'm not talking to an individual when I talk to these. I can't have a conversation with these guys. I get tired of talking to a Borg mindset. I feel like I'm fighting against dogma. Most times when I'm talking to MGTOW Fight Club, I have to keep navigating within their boundaries and rules and not just talk philosophically and openly about what it is to be an individual and what concepts and connections we can talk about and have a live and let live attitude. In a lot of ways, men who claim to be going their own way but are adhering to a very strict set of dogmatic rules and get very angry at anyone who transgresses them and still talks within our circles like I do, to me just speaks of almost a sect or a religion not allowing individual expression and a conversation to sort of ensue. The point of going your own way is finding your own way, and many of you guys know that. Going your own way may as well be called individualism. So to me, if there was a group called Don't Tell Me What to Do, and then they were telling me how I should go and how I should act, it effectively feels like the same thing within MGTOW. You leave the control of groups and now you have to fight the control of other men who don't know how to be any other way than belonging to a group or a system. Think about why you went your own way in the first place. It's because you didn't want to be told what to do. So I'll be damned if I'll be told what to do by a bunch of other men. Anyway, I think this mental muscle is an important one to keep exercising. Keep exercising your individuality, gentlemen. And this isn't a whining session, as much as it is a reminder, a mental fitness, if you will, of why you keep doing what you're doing, why you keep going your own way, why you keep looking for answers. I know that men are probably hamstrung by their inability to be rationally selfish a lot of the time because they don't have that innate reflex the way women do. Women tend to have a relatively healthy selfishness that sometimes I wish men would adopt or recognise. Men get off on the hero aspect of serving the collective. I often hear guys talking about the concept of the hero and the message being bigger than the individual themselves. You know, the idea is important, not the individual. That's true. But if the individual is completely not there and all we're doing is talking behind avatars, being echoes in the void, being invisible, then it's no wonder the self doesn't exist. It's no wonder that men find it hard to find an individual self. It's no wonder that men find it hard going their own way because there is no there that they recognise. What is my own way? Look, maybe I'm just talking a lot of shit, but I really think at the heart of everything, the most liberating thing is the individuality of going your own way. It's the your own way. I still can't get used to talking to a black lens. To me, it's like staring into a shark's black eyes. Okay, it's a beautiful night. I almost don't want to go home. But before I leave, I'd like to convey something that helped me go down my own path a lot easier. It was identifying what made me come alive rather than being defensive in what was always going to protect me and keep me safe. The human condition's a funny thing because too much safety can be this depressive cage. The walls close in. Look, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say or where I'm trying to go with this video, other than it being an off-the-cuff kind of journal entry. But I guess I recognise my own frustrations in a lot of the angry, young and frustrated MGTOW guys, so they don't piss me off as much as they're a frustrating reminder of where I used to be. So I have nothing against you guys, but I just don't want to fight against you because you were once where I was. Anyway, when all's said and done, when you've gone down your own path long enough, life is actually pretty good. And you realise that everything is up to you. And everything's your choice. And every risk is done with your eyes open. You can enjoy nights like this and moments like this quite happily. You're not worried about the future. And you really don't care about your past. I really don't care what stage in the red pill you guys are at. I'd like to think that I can get along with most people. And we can all learn something from each other, whichever stages we're at. I think I can offer my particular take on where I've been, where I am, and where I think I'm going. And I don't think any of us certainly can get anywhere by staying in our limited bubbles.
If you appreciate my content and want to say thanks, you can donate via the links below. A massive thank you to recent donations from the people on screen now. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And finally, like, comment, subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of my next video. If you're not being notified, make sure your channel's icon in your subscription list is set to notify you properly. I've outlined how to check in the low bar. Thanks guys.